What's up, y'all? It's your girl Nick Robinson with another To Coach a Celebrity segment. We still on Married to Medicine. I know we had the season finale. It was just a few things that I wanted to talk about that I didn't talk about in my last video. Y'all, we got to get into this whole when we were at the down to the Bridgerton theme party, honey. Okay, so I need to get into this whole having, SweetT and Dr. G come for the cocktail hour, the first hour of the event. The only thing, it really irked me how, Letitia did the whole lady whistleblower, whatever her name is in Bridgerton. I can't think of her name right now, but Lady Whistledown or whatever her name is. So she had this little pamphlet that she came in with. And I remember Dr. Mimi was like, here come messy. And I didn't know why she was saying that until I realized that Letitia was the one who did the little newsletter. And I'm sitting here like, girl, this newsletter. Okay, first of all, let me say this. Nobody, like, she had to dig deep for what she said about Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie husband Curtis. Like, oh, his hand was on her waist. And I'm like, girl, who even remembered that? Who even knew that? Like, you researching these ladies, like, it's just weird to me. She's like, oh, she doesn't talk about her own marriage, but, this, that, and the other. And it's like, girl, when we think about it, when we really take a look, you don't talk about yours either. You can't. Okay? Because look at how your husband acts. It's just weird to me. Yes, that's an element of Bridgerton. The Lady Whistledown's little pamphlet or newsletter or whatever it is. I get that. But maybe I'm just like mad because it came from SweetT. I don't know. And then the whole thing about what she said about Quad, everything she read in that little pamphlet is really what she is doing. She's the one obsessing about Quad, her new man, and her ex-husband. She really has a problem, y'all. She holds no accountability. Letitia does not see, nor does her husband see, how they come across. And I wonder if when they watch this back, if they watch it back, will they get it? And she wants to talk about how the ladies have, done her. But from what we understand from Dr. Heavenly and Toya is that there are things that have transpired from her end that they have not shown from production. They edit a lot. We get it. We only see for 42 minutes or 45 minutes of show, and they may have taped for 15 hours that day, and so they cut it and, edit it to fit whatever narrative they're trying to tell or whatever they feel goes well with the episode, however. And, I'm just sitting here like, girl, the only thing they tried to do was hold you accountable. And yes, if you were used as a pawn, like Dr. Heavenly said you were, where was your antennas when they was coming in your face about that? I'll say it again. Your husband does not need to be on this show to be friends with the men of this show. Okay? Because if he needed to be on this show to be friends with them, are they really friends? If Dr. G were filming with the men, like after he and Quad separated, after he and Quad divorced, and I'm talking about after the whole sleep number bed situation, because that's the last time we saw Dr. G before he showed back up with Letitia, right? If he were still coming on the show in that capacity, I could then understand him wanting to come and have his wife be a part of it because it's something he's still a part of. You see what I'm saying? But he wasn't doing that. I don't think anybody was looking for him to do that. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, it would make more sense for me. You know what I mean? And you want to sit there and say, oh, they used me, but that just goes to show that you lack a lot of self-awareness. And I'm tired of them talking about she young. This girl ain't in her 20s. She's not in her late teens. She is in her 30s. It's time out for making excuses for her talking about she's young. She's younger than them, but she's old enough to know better, in my opinion. She's old enough to know better than the behaviors that she's displayed. She's old enough to know better than to not hold any kind of accountability for what went awry in this friend group from her end. You know, it's just weird to me how when her and Dr. G was sitting at the table, it's kind of like she always had to speak on Quad. Like, you know, it's nothing wrong with calling your husband your king, but she made it weird to me by saying, oh, the only king that whatever she said at that moment. And Dr. G so triggered that he can't even take that sentiment without flashing right on back to Quad and King. It's just amazing to me how, you know, for example, if you look at the things that Letitia says, you know, like when she called Heavenly a big back, razorback, whatever she said when they was in Key West. We all know Dr. Heavenly had a journey with her weight loss. We all know it. She's open about it. And, you know, Dr. Heavenly has been very transparent that, yeah, she used to be fat. She was. But she's worked hard, whether it be the surgery, whether it be the food, whether it be the working out. Because let's be clear, you can get out of surgery you want, but if you're not doing anything to maintain it, that weight will come back with a vengeance, okay? With a vengeance. So we all know that Dr. Heavenly was a bigger lady. But we all also can probably see that body shaming coming from Letitia, don't even go there. Please don't. Because if y'all caught Dr. Heavenly's commentary, she ran her down. And I was like, whoa, Dr. Heavenly really did just eat her alive with the comments that she made. When she was reviewing that episode when Letitia called her a big back. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. She should have never picked that fight with Dr. Heavenly, honestly. I know a lot of people like the fact that SweetT doesn't seem to be afraid to step up to Dr. Heavenly, go toe to toe with Dr. Heavenly. I know a lot of people feel like that's what Heavenly needs. But honestly, that ain't going to stop Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly going to say what she want to say to who she want to say it to. I mean, because that's what works for her. Not saying I agree with it. I just wish, you know what? I would love to talk to Dr. Heavenly. I really do see her intelligence. I see that she's successful. You know what I'm saying? I see that she loves her husband. She loves her children. I just want to get to the root of why she got to be so vicious with her mouth. And a lot of the things that Dr. Heavenly says is what we're all thinking. Let's be clear. It's what we're all thinking. But I think it's the delivery of Dr. Heavenly that gets to the nitty gritty of why she grates people's nerves and why she offends people. You know what I'm saying? And I know, I can tell that she be holding back too. So it's kind of like, you know, when it comes to the season finale, leading up to the season finale and all of that, you know, it's clear that, the future of Dr. G and Letitia is up in the air. We see in the reunion when Andy posed a question about there being a possibility that Dr. G, Letitia, Quad, and King can coexist. Dr. G was like, oh no, you know. He's not open to it. As we know, Quad is not open to it. I don't know in what world exes would be open to this scenario anyway. I think that they made a big mess. And again, the ladies bringing on Dr. G and Letitia, it could have never been done without the go-ahead from production. I mean, who you know, what show you know where the cast can tell them what to do, and they just do if they ain't what they want to do, if that's not the direction they want to go in. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like, Dr. G and Letitia need help with moving past the whole quad thing, because they still talking about them in a way that is just odd to me. Like I said, every scene they seem to be, talking about his ex-wife. And a couple weeks ago I did pop in on a video that SweetT had done when she had Dr. G on as a guest when they was talking about the whole Key West thing and all of that. And then I did pop in on a different video where they were cooking together. Honey, she using Quad's sweet and savory thing, honey. I just can't understand why don't nobody see it the way I see it. I see it as it's an odd kind of distraction, it seems, that SweetT has with Quad, because not only do she, have the whole sweet and savory thing, just like Quad has her sweet and savory seasonings. She also wore a dress, the same dress that Quad had on, in Quad's favorite color, which is purple, when she was on Watch What Happens Live. I mean, it seems like she doesn't even see these things, just like she doesn't see how she can do differently and better in the scenario that she has with the ladies in the group. I mean, it's just interesting to me to see the delusion at work here. And I don't know. I'm really worried about, how you have a mental health advocate in your husband, and you guys both seem to display this unhealthy mental state. I don't know. I would get tired of talking about his ex-wife. I'm pretty sure that's not what they do every single day, but it just, the way production presented them on this show, every time they were together, it was some kind of, talk surrounding Quad and King. And it's concerning. To me, it's, you want to say somebody jealous of you and somebody obsessed with you. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I feel like you, as in Letitia, need to really do some self-reflection and really get in tune with, how you can be different in the situation. And even if you never come back to this group, even if you never, film again, this, energy or dedication that you have towards this thing about Quad, you got to work it through. You got to work through it, because I fear that Dr. G has rubbed off on her in some odd ways. And it's just concerning. I mean, and this is just from my perspective. I mean, from what I'm seeing, they both need help. They need help to propel their marriage beyond this. And they need help with trying to focus on having this baby they say they want to have. And, and as far as on the other side of things, I think the most sensible person in the situation is King. And I still want Quad to get some help for getting beyond the trauma that she faced at his hand. And then not only that, but the whole season, because she's triggered. I remember when it was a few years ago, I had moved back to my hometown, and I was at the gas station with my daughters, and you see everybody at the gas station. Unfortunately, I came face to face with my abuser. And just so we're clear, my abuser is not my children's father, my ex-husband. So I just want to make that clear. But I came face to face with my abuser when I was at the gas pump. And it had been over a decade. It had been closer to 2 decades since I saw this man. Okay? It had been over a decade, y'all. And when I saw him, my heart was beating. I immediately got slammed back into the feelings that I had of fear and anxiety when I saw him. It was to the point where my children, and they were little at the time, they could tell that something wasn't right with me, right? And, I didn't share with them, of course, who he was and things of that nature. But I can only imagine, that one encounter, seeing him, what that did to me. So for Quad, you not only are being faced with him, but you being faced with, somebody trying to play in your face with a new wife. You know what I'm saying? Not that she cared that he moved on. It's just the audacity of them to bring this man in her face after they know what happened. You know what I mean? And then every time you turn around, somebody trying to convince you that you should just forego your feelings and, for them, go ahead on and endure being around this person. You see, I don't think it's many people who are thinking about it from that perspective. I think the friend group is trying to say, oh, well, Greg was a part of the group before, and, he's friends with the men, and it's only fair that he can be friends with the men. He don't have to be on this show to be friends with the men, y'all. I'm sorry. He don't. Okay? He don't have to be on the show to be friends with the men. If that's the case, they're not friends. Okay? And Letitia, whoever in the friend group that she wants to hang out with, she can. Quad don't have to be there. She don't. You know what I'm saying? If Toya want to be friends with Letitia, if Dr. Simone want to be friends with Letitia, if Dr. Contessa want to be friends with Letitia, I don't think Quad has a problem with that. Quad just don't want that man all up in her face. I mean, y'all tell me what y'all think. I don't know. Maybe, that's how I would feel. And I would hope that they're grown enough not to discuss Quad's business or anything that they know about her personally if they are friends with Letitia, because that's just tacky and in poor taste. And they way too grown and too old for a lot of the stuff that we've been seeing them do lately. But I would hope that they would have more, class than that. But I'm pretty sure, all Quad want is for him not to be around. Because I said it before and I say it again. When they were at the pool, I don't feel like Quad was saying anything disrespectful to his marriage, like he was trying to say, for him to respond the way that he did. That's all I'm saying. And why didn't they leave? I mean, like, honestly, them little lame attempts that Letitia be making about referencing them having a baby and stuff, or going to go make some babies. If it got too hot, she could have been like, you know what, babe, I think we need to work on this baby we trying to have. Let's go. You ready to go? Something. If she did that, we didn't see it. I don't know, because they be cutting stuff. At this point, I don't know if y'all remember, but like on season 1, season 2, I think they would have like extended scenes and left out scenes that they would play a whole episode of. Can we get that for season 11? Like, can we get that for season 11? Because, honey, it's a lot missing that we don't know that would, I think, fill in the blanks for us as an audience. And I know as an audience, like Dr. Heavenly says all the time on her channel, like, y'all wasn't there. Like, I'm there. So I'm telling you from my perspective of me being there. And she's right. We were not there. All we can go on is what we're seeing. But, honey, we need somebody to fill in the blanks for real. And, honey, this little fourth wall they keep talking about, honey, we need to go on and just be able to peek on over. Because what y'all done put us through in this season of Married to Medicine, I feel like we deserve to know it all, baby. I need to see the good, bad, the ugly of all of them. Because I'm trying to understand, at this point, where can this show even go? what are they going to do? As a cast, as a whole, I don't want to lose any of the cast ladies. I don't. I mean, I'm not a SweetT fan. I'm not a Letitia fan. I'm not. But at this point, I want to see if there's going to be any growth. I want to see if there's going to be any maturity. You know, now we done seen all this other stuff. Let's see if there's going to be anything outside of what we've already seen. You know, what else is there? Is there anything else there? You know, at this point, I'm curious to know. At the same time, Quad did say that she did not have a problem with Letitia. She said it's never been about her. I do believe her in that. Because why would she have a problem with her? It ain't like the woman, you know, stole her husband or you know, it wasn't no situation like that. Like they met years after, or they whatever. I don't even know the timeline. Let me not even say that. But the point is, she was not the reason for their demise of their marriage. That I'll say that. So why would she have a problem with her? It's just him, obviously. So anyway, I'm done. I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe, share all the good things. You know, it's Nick Robinson with the Yara Effect. I'll see y'all in the next one. Love you.